Good morning. I've heard there is one person who paid attention to this week's email. One person besides Faith. Do I hear two? Who thought worship was at 10 o'clock this morning? Edna? Edna read the email and saw the mistake. And she listened. Thank you, Edna, for paying attention. Somebody pays attention to the emails we send out. The email, for those of you who didn't read it carefully, said worship would be at 10 o'clock this morning. Okay? Edna came. Thank you. I'm not, I told Faith, who's going to read it? And if they read it, and then I thought, well, there are some people who will be on time if they think church is at 10 o'clock. And then I thought, oh, no one will listen to me. So thank you, Edna. It's good to see you all back in person. Whether you prefer milk, dark, white, chocolate, or you don't care about chocolate at all, whether you're still wearing snow boots or you haven't needed them this week, whether the sun shone bright enough this week to chase away the shadows, or if you need more light, remember, all are welcome to come and know God's grace. Please join me in our call to worship. The mountaintop, the shining face, the glowing clothes, the voice of God speaking from the cloud, the commandments etched in stone. Sometimes there is the veil, the overshadowing, terrifying cloud, the questions, the appearing and disappearing, the excitement, the wondering, the silence. Always God shows up somehow. Please stand as you are able for hymn number 73, Swiftly Past the Clouds of Glory. If you haven't guessed yet, today is Transfiguration Sunday, so I think the tune is pretty.
Savior through the valley to
To those who are called by God, kept safe for Jesus Christ, and empowered by the Holy Spirit, may mercy, peace, and love be yours in abundance. Amen. A couple of weeks ago, I used a prayer originally written during the pandemic because it seems just as relevant now as it did during the pandemic. It expresses appreciation for the luxuries we enjoy, lament that not all God's people enjoy those same luxuries, and includes our prayer that God's love will prevail. At our meeting last week, the consistory asked that I repeat that prayer. So please pray with me. O God that blesses us and keeps us, may we who are merely inconvenienced remember those whose lives are at stake. May we who have no risk factors remember those most vulnerable. May we who have the luxury of working from home remember those who must choose between preserving their health or making their rent. May we who have the flexibility to care for our children when their schools close remember those who have no options. May we who have to cancel our trips remember those that have no safe place to go. May we who are finding prices going up remember those who couldn't afford the prices before they went up. May we who settle in when the temperatures outside get too low or too high remember those who have no home. As fear and uncertainty grips our country, O God, let us choose love. O God, help us find ways to be your loving embrace to all our neighbors. Amen. Peter, James, and John went up the side of a mountain with Jesus and experienced glory. But then Peter wanted to stay. It's good for us to be here. Let's get comfortable. We are also tempted to keep the experience of the divine to ourselves, to enjoy the company of the saints instead of going back down the mountain to continue the work of the kingdom of God. God knows the temptation of our hearts, so let us confess and pray for forgiveness. God of mercy and peace, you came to us in Jesus of Nazareth to break down the dividing walls of hostility between us. You give us the ministry of reconciliation. You invite us to join with Peter, James, and John on the mountain of transfiguration. You ask us to acknowledge and share our wealth. You bless our lives with boundless love. Forgive our selfishness, we pray. Transform us by your Spirit and your word into that which pleases you, living in the image of Christ. In the blazing light of God's grace, Jesus touches us to say, "Get up and do not be afraid. In the name of Christ, you are forgiven. Believe this good news and live in peace." Amen. As we share the peace of Christ with one another, may the light of Christ shine in you and through you. May the peace of Christ be with you. Amen. So what time is it now? Okay, on up, kids. Good? Okay. Today is Transfiguration Sunday, as you heard me say before, and that's a church word to describe today's Bible story. And in this Bible story, Jesus took 3 of his disciples, and they went up a mountain. And there, something pretty amazing happened. Now, we talk about this story every year, and it's still got a lot of mysterious things about it. But one of the things that happened was that Jesus' face all of a sudden shone as bright as the sun, and his clothes not only turned white, but they turned dazzling white. And then Jesus heard God's voice say, "This is my son, the beloved, and with him I am well pleased." So that was the first time the disciples had actually heard God say that Jesus was the Messiah, which the disciples kind of thought that, but they didn't know that until then. So God told Jesus he was loved. And you know that's a good thing to hear, that you've been loved. Now, Transfiguration Sunday, right before Jesus starts his ministry, God tells him that he's loved. Then starts in the church the season of Lent. Does any of you remember what Lent is? No? Oh, yes, the 40 days before Easter. What do we do during the time of Lent? This is a harder question. I might have to ask the congregation, but what do we do during Lent? We put up a lot of purple. Yes. For the Passion of Christ. We pray a little bit more. Sometimes people fast. Now, it used to be that during the 40 days of Lent, you were supposed to fast. So the Christians would not eat any rich foods. They wouldn't eat meat. They wouldn't eat steak. They wouldn't eat cheese or eggs or even milk. Nothing that had fat. They eat fruit and fish, bread. Fatty foods are forbidden starting Ash Wednesday, which is coming up this week. So on Tuesday, do you know what we do on the Tuesday before Ash Wednesday? Eat a lot. Yes. Okay. That's right. All the food that you might have in the cabinet or the refrigerator, they ate it all right before it was time to fast for during Lent. So can anybody tell me one good way that we're going to take advantage of today? What is one good way to get rid of eggs and milk? Cake, yes. Cake is one of them. Cupcakes. Ice cream. We're not doing ice cream today. Brownies, yeah, that would be a good one. Today, one of the traditional ways Christians do it is to have pancakes. So we're going to have pancakes later today. So one other thing is forbidden during Lent. We can't use the word Alleluia. So the congregation has to help. I'm going to say a phrase. That's going to be a loud prayer today. I'm going to say a phrase. When I raise my hand, I want everybody to say Alleluia as loud as you can, okay? God gave us Jesus, the light of the world, and we shout Alleluia because we have pancakes. Alleluia! We have brownies. Alleluia! We have cake. Alleluia! We have songs to sing. Alleluia! We can shout in church. Alleluia! We have people to love. Alleluia. We have people who love us. Alleluia. God loves us. Alleluia. Now, you've seen Conversation Hearts, right? And what do conversations say on them usually? They say, I love you. Now, when you get Conversation Hearts in church, it means God loves you. Everyone here loves you. You are God's beloved, just like Jesus was. So you can take these, but you have to eat them when an adult says yes. All right. Alleluia. Go in peace. Lord, send your truth to be our guide. Then let them lead to. The Old Testament reading today is taken from the 24th chapter of Exodus. Another mountaintop story. The Lord said to Moses, "Come up to me on the mountain and wait there, and I will give you the tablets of stone with the law and the commandment, which I have written for their instruction." So Moses set out with his assistant Joshua, and Moses went up into the mountain of God. To the elders he had said, "Wait here for us until we come to you again, for Aaron and Hur are with you. Whoever has a dispute may go to them." Then Moses went up the mountain, and the cloud covered the mountain. The glory of the Lord settled on Mount Sinai, and the cloud covered it for 6 days. On the seventh day, he called Moses out of the cloud. Now the appearance of the glory of the Lord was like a devouring fire on top of the mountain in the sight of the people of Israel. Moses entered the cloud and went up on the mountain. Moses was on the mountain for 40 days and 40 nights. This is the word of God for the people of God. The gospel lesson is taken from the 17th chapter of Matthew, and this is Matthew's version of what happened when Jesus was transfigured. 6 days later, Jesus took with him Peter and James and his brother John and led them up a high mountain by themselves. And he was transfigured before them. His face shone like the sun. His clothes became dazzling white. Suddenly, there appeared to them Moses and Elijah talking with him. Then Peter said to Jesus, "Lord, it is good for us to be here. If you wish, I will make 3 dwellings here, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah." While Peter was still speaking, suddenly a bright cloud overshadowed them, and from the cloud a voice said, "This is my son, the beloved, with whom I am well pleased. Listen to him." When the disciples heard this, they fell to the ground and were overcome by fear. Jesus came and touched them, saying, "Get up and do not be afraid." And when they looked up, they saw no one except Jesus himself, alone. As they were coming down the mountain, Jesus ordered them, "Tell no one about the vision until after the Son of Man has been raised from the dead." This is the gospel of our Lord. Best day ever, right? For Peter, James, and John, most awesome, memorable, scariest, and best day ever. Jesus had thousands of followers and chose 12 to be in his inner circle. But he invited only 3 to go with him to the mountaintop. Chosen from among the chosen to take a hike with Jesus. The most elite invitation ever. But I wonder if they felt special as they climbed, or if it was just another day in their lives as disciples. They had no idea what was ahead. But I do wonder if they had any inkling that they were about to have an experience that would change their lives in unimaginable ways. Peter, James, and John were chosen for a meeting between Jesus and 2 of the most revered prophets of the ancient scriptures, Moses and Elijah. Moses, who led the Israelites out of Egypt and had his own cloud-covered 40-day and 40-night mountaintop meeting with God while he was still alive. Elijah, who doesn't have any mountaintop experiences recorded in Scripture, but he did hear God's voice in sheer silence. And he had his own God drama moment when instead of dying, he ascended into heaven in a whirlwind. Jesus, his face suddenly shining like the sun and his clothes dazzling white, had a conversation with Moses and Elijah. How the disciples recognized the 2 ancient prophets is part of the whole mystery of the Transfiguration. They didn't hear what was said, but they knew that Jesus' transfiguration and meeting with Moses and Elijah was a momentous occasion. Pretty heady stuff for a bunch of former fishermen. No wonder Peter wanted to prolong the encounter. What exactly happened on that mountaintop? I don't know. No one knows. The Transfiguration is one of the great mysteries of Scripture. I don't know why Jesus had a meeting of the minds with Moses and Elijah, our ancestors in faith. I don't know why Jesus' clothes turned dazzling white, or why Peter, James, and John were chosen as witnesses. I don't know why Jesus told them to keep it a secret until after his death. Seeing Jesus' face shining like the sun, seeing the ghosts of Moses and Elijah chatting with the in-the-flesh Jesus, dazzled the disciples. Until God's voice came from the clouds, "This is my Son, the beloved, with whom I am well pleased. Listen to him." Then they were afraid. But in that, they also heard God confirm that Jesus was indeed their Messiah. As Frederick Buechner describes it, even without the voice from the cloud to explain it, they had no doubt what they were witnessing. It was Jesus of Nazareth, all right, the man they had tramped many a dusty mile with, whose mother and brothers they knew, the one they'd seen tired, hungry, and footsore as the rest of them. But it was also the Messiah, the Christ, in his glory. It was the holiness of the man shining through his humanness, his face so afire with it that they were almost blinded. Peter, James, and John were the only ones to witness Jesus' transfiguration. They too were changed by their experience of God on the mountaintop. You've probably heard those experiences sometimes called thin places. And the veil between heaven and earth is thin when we see, feel, smell, taste, or hear the voice of God breaking through. When we have a powerful, overwhelming sense of connection with family, friends, events, our ancestors in faith, our ancestors. Moments that change our lives, or maybe just our mood. Now, I don't have a TV, so I've only seen a few clips from the Olympics this week. But I have seen plenty of literal and metaphorical mountaintop experiences. Skater Maxim Namov addressing his parents who died in the DC plane crash. Look what you just did. Skater Ilya Malinin, who wowed us all with his stunningly perfect quad axels and backflips on ice. Proud parents watching, smiling, hugging, laughing, shivering in the cold and crying as their children make their Olympic dreams come true. Now, those are obvious, big, transformative moments. Maybe as high up on the list as the birth of a child or a grandchild, somewhere near the celebration of a wedding anniversary, graduation, birthday, new job, new friend, new home. My ordination was a big one for me. Our moments of transformation aren't always as big as biblical ones. I'm thinking even as small as on Friday when I stood in a parking lot. My face turned to the warmth of the morning sun. After rushing around outside for weeks, trying to outrun those sub-zero temperatures, the moment felt holy enough to change my day. Awesome, big events and small glimpses of God's presence give us merely a hint of what the disciples saw up on that mountaintop. They saw not only the presence of their heroes, their teacher and friend Jesus and God, but actually heard the voice of God affirm Jesus as the Messiah and God's only Son. Jesus just ignored Peter's plan to build dwellings. Moses and Elijah disappeared, leaving Jesus alone with the disciples. Big or small, after the holy moments of our lives, for Jesus, the disciples, and for us, after these transformative moments, the question is, now what? Reverend David Lose describes the now what this way. Jesus came down into the mundane nature of everyday life, down into the nitty-gritty details of misunderstanding, squabbling, disbelieving disciples, down into the religious and political quarrels of the day, down into the jealousies and rivals, both petty and gigantic, that color our relationships, down into the poverty and pain that are part and parcel of our life in this world. Down. Jesus came down. Jesus came down into the mess of humanity. He doesn't dwell in the heavens, but here, with us, in the middle of that messiness. He came down, translating divine love into human reality. Yes, of course, the disciples came down with him, changed by what they had seen and heard, changed by God, changed by Jesus, ready to help Jesus change the world. Reverend Catherine Johnston wrote that Jesus takes 3 of his dearest friends onto that mountain with him. And although much aligned by Matthew and in the other Gospels, in the end, Jesus' friends came through. In this story, and in the Garden of Gethsemane, Peter becomes the foundation of the church. James is the first of the disciples to die a martyr. John is entrusted with the care of Jesus' own mother. Jesus is here, not just in light, not just on the mountaintop, but in the clouds and on the streets where hope and healing are needed. Jesus calls us to enter the cloud of unknowing where God speaks and to embrace the mystery of God's glory. Now what? Take some time to remember the God moments that changed you. The decisions, the experiences, the people, the events that in retrospect seem inexplicably powerful. When God's presence changed your experience from ordinary to holy. I'm not sure how it happened, but you know something did. And in the middle of the nitty-gritty, poverty and pain that are part and parcel of this life from this world, remember God is in it with you. Changed by God, changed by Jesus, ready to help and to be helped by your companions in faith and justice. And remember, you are God's beloved. Amen. God of love, you dazzle us with the light of your love. Guide us as we seek relationship with you and others who seek your holy presence. Amen. Please stand in body or in spirit for hymn number 339, Be Thou My Vision. Please remain standing for our affirmation of faith. And on page 5 in your bulletin. Our only hope is Jesus Christ. After we refuse to live in the image of God, he was born of the Virgin Mary, sharing our genes and our instincts, entering our culture, speaking our language, fulfilling the law of our God, being united to Christ's humanity. We know ourselves when we rest in him. We sing to our Lord a new song. We sing to our world a sure hope. Our God loves this world. God called it into being. God renews it through Jesus Christ. God governs it by the Spirit. God is the world's true hope. Amen. Let us not keep our treasures stored in the mountaintops of our fears of how others might use them. Pour them out so that they might be used to transform all who find themselves in the valleys of hunger, of loss, loneliness, and of injustice. Let us bring our gifts to God. Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise God, all creatures here below. Praise God above the heavenly host. Praise Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Amen. All good things come from you, O God, and with gratitude we return to you what is yours. You created all that is, and with love formed us in your image. All that we are and all that we have is a trust from you, and so, in gratitude for all your gifts, we offer ourselves and all that we have. By your Holy Spirit, make us one with Christ, one with each other, and one in ministry to all the world through Jesus Christ. Amen. So just as an aside, Shrove Tuesday, which is the Christian celebration of Mardi Gras, is much more serious than Mardi Gras, even though you get to eat pancakes. It's you're supposed to go and confess your sins and be shriven. That's why it's called Shrove Tuesday. We just confessed our sins, so we're ready for pancakes. There will be pancakes in the social out room today, and more treats. So please join us. And thank you to Camden and crew. I'm thinking they're in there right now making ready our pancakes. So it's going to be a good brunch. So please join us. Next Sunday is Bread of Life. We haven't been here in a while, so please check the list of things that are needed for next Sunday, and if you can fill in some of the blanks so that we have everything we need. Wednesday is Ash Wednesday. We will have a unique Ash Wednesday that we haven't tried before. We will be having soup supper in the parlor at 6 o'clock. We'll have 2 soups, and then we will move gently into our Ash Wednesday service at 7:30. So 6 o'clock soup and prayer service at 7:30. So this Wednesday is Ash Wednesday. The next Wednesday, February 25th, begins Bible study, 1:30 in the parlor. It's a new, I forget what it's called now, the work of imagination. The work of imagination, and each Bible study is a unit unto itself. So if you can only come to one or all 5, it doesn't matter if you skip one, so please come and join us, and we will talk about the work of imagination. Did I miss any announcements? Okay, Dreamers team meeting, February 28th, 9 o'clock. Okay, 9 o'clock in the parlor for the next Dreamers team meeting on February 28th. It's a Saturday, not this coming Saturday, but the Saturday after that. Yes, we have, Betsy has put together a letter of intent to apply for another grant from the same fund that funded our floor, hoping to make our fellowship hall fully accessible. So please offer your prayers for that effort. Oh, yes, and come with your ideas and knowledge and names of people to call to do things. All of that would be my wish. Come with phone numbers and names. Are there any announcements I missed? Okay. Let's see about prayers.
Mike, Lois, Billy, Nina, Charlie, and Frank.
I have Frank and Millie, and also for the Blackinger family. AJ's sister is in hospital. Annette, his wife, is recovering from a knee replacement, and they all need our prayers going forward.
Prayers of blessing for Melissa, Connor, then Jim and Dawn, but Hope and her sister, which is whatever.
Oh, Dawn's sister? Or Hope's sister? Hope's sister, okay.
Sharon, Wayne, Dennis, and Marie.
For my mom and dad, Kay and Hank, and for my Aunt Ruth, and for my sister Beth, who is juggling the care of all three of them.
Continued prayers for Ken as he has an additional surgery on Friday.
Also, prayers for the Babbitts family. Do you have the list? When you hear me say, God of love, please respond with, hear our prayer. Majestic glory, heart of God, who appears on mountaintops crowned with mist and in museums filled with wonder, in tents pitched by singing brooks, and in theaters filled with laughing children. In this sacred space and in all the ordinary neighborhoods where we live, you are with us, hearing us, answering us, and we do not lose heart. Holy beloved face of God, we glance at you out of the corners of our souls and see grace surrounding us. We give thanks for the times when you reveal yourself in dazzling brightness, and when you come to touch us, to heal us in the silence. Holy Spirit, ear of God, when our lips cannot shape words, you speak them for us. When we can only sigh our needs, you gather them up. When our hopes are dashed to the ground, you pick them up and give them back to us. We now call to mind all who are in any need and commend them to your transforming care. For anyone who is lonely, God of love, hear our prayer. For the imprisoned, for those whose only home is the streets, for those caught in addiction, God of love, hear our prayer. For the hungry, for those who cannot feed their children, and for those who are unemployed, underemployed, or overworked, God of love. For refugees, for victims of warfare, and for those held in poverty by racial discrimination, God of love. For the prophets of our nation, our city, and our community, God of love. For the church and its leaders formed by the life-giving word of Christ, God of love. For this congregation living into the word of Christ, God of love. With Moses and Elijah and all the people of God, with the church throughout the ages bearing witness to the great light of God shining in dark places, we commend to you all for whom we pray in the name of Jesus Christ our Lord. God, in community, holy in one, we lift our voices and hearts to you, praying the prayer Jesus taught us to pray together. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Okay, so we're going to stand as able and sing Shine, Jesus, Shine. But even if you're sitting, you have to bring all of your energy to the song. It might be slower than we expect, but we still need energy. So please stand as you're able for Shine, Jesus, Shine. Lord, the light of your love is shining in the midst of the darkness, shining. Jesus, light of the world, shine upon us, set us free by the truth you now bring us. Shine on me, shine on me. In Jesus, shine, fill this land with the Father's glory. Blaze, Spirit, blaze, set our hearts on fire. Flow, river, flow, lift nation with grace and mercy. Send forth your word, Lord, and let there be light. Lord, I come to your awesome presence, from the shadows into your radiance. By the blood may enter your brightness. Search me, try me, consume all my darkness. Shine on me, shine on me. In Jesus, shine, fill this land with the Father's glory. Blaze, Spirit, blaze, set our hearts on fire. Flow, river, flow, flood the nations with grace and mercy. Send forth your word, Lord, and let there be light. As a mirror on the kingly brightness, so our faith display your likeness, ever changing from glory to glory. Near, here where your light tell your story. Shine on me, shine on me. Shine, Jesus, shine, and with the Father's glory, blaze, Spirit, blaze, set our hearts on fire. Oh, river, flow, the nations, and mercy, send forth, and let there be light. As you leave this place, may you be transfigured, transformed, and changed, knowing that you are God's beloved. You have the light of Jesus shining from you and on you. And as you go down into the midst of the world around us, may the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing, so that by the power of the Holy Spirit you may abound in hope. Amen.